Hi guys, today I'm going to be taking a close look at a popular flight simulator called Virtual Pilot 3D. In this video you'll get to see some actual in-game footage and you'll learn about the game's features that have impressed me the most. I'm then going to wrap things up by sharing my thoughts on whether or not this particular flight simulator is actually worth its price tag. Now, the reason I've decided to take time out and actually record a video review is because prior to picking this up myself, I did try and find some insight online and I really wasn't blown away by the overall quality of the reviews that I found. Naturally, I just wanted to find and read a few independent reviews to get an idea of what I was planning to buy was actually worth it. Most of the reviews I found, though, were more or less exactly the same. They'd all been clearly written by people who I don't think had even played the game, and you could tell this because the same 4 or 5 different features were mentioned almost word for word over and over in every single one. So hopefully the fact that this video review has been made by someone who's actually downloaded, installed and played the game might help provide more insight for you guys out there who are looking to learn a little bit more. So let's just get started. What you're seeing here now is some actual in-game footage. We're currently flying a Boeing 737-300, and the first thing you'll probably notice here are the graphics. Aside from the aircraft itself looking pretty great, you'll notice that the textures are smooth, and although the scenery around this particular airport is admittedly fairly basic, it does give you that vast, wide open feeling that you look for in a flight simulator. Later on, when you start to visit landmarks around the world, I'm sure you'll appreciate the attention to detail in the scenery even more. Changing our view now, we can see inside the cockpit, and you'll notice how accurately all of the instruments here have been recreated. This is a really great feature that I do love. I love getting into all of the different aircraft and just seeing how they've all been modelled. There are hundreds of them to choose from though, so I obviously haven't gotten through all of them just yet. Another one of my favourite features is actually being able to record and play back through my flights. So if I have a particular good landing that I'm proud of, or if I manage to pull off an awesome stunt, it's nice to be able to go back and watch that again. I think that's a nice touch that's been included. Yet another feature is actually the real-time weather updates. Basically what happens is the weather in Virtual Pilot 3D as you're playing actually syncs up with the real world weather that's going on around you. So although it's only a small thing, I do think that adds another layer of realism to the whole experience. Now I understand guys that this is a fairly basic demonstration, but when you get your own pilot's cap and you can fly off to all of the exotic locations around the world, I would hate to think that I've ruined it for you here in the demo. So we'll keep it basic, and when you do take off for yourself the first time, I'm sure you can see the more exciting places. Naturally, I'm not planning to rattle off a dot point list of features here for you guys. That's not really the point of this review. More importantly, I did just want to give you the chance to see the simulator in action. If you do want to read some more information on the various features in more detail, then I've put a link in the description video that you can go down to now and click on, and that'll show you some more of the features. So if you're interested in that, you can click on that link in the description field now. When we take a look at the ratings that I've put together for the simulator, I've divided it up into 3 factors. The first is visuals and realism. For visuals and realism, I've given Virtual Pilot 3D 4 stars. Overall, I really was pleasantly surprised with the standard of the game's graphics, especially considering the computer that I run on it barely meets the minimum system requirements. I did come in without huge expectations, and I've actually been really impressed so far with how realistic everything looks and sounds. The second category is ease of use. In terms of ease of use, I've also given Virtual Pilot 3D 4 stars. I suppose if you've never played any sort of flight simulator before, then you might be a little overwhelmed here in the first few hours of setting things up. By their nature, flight simulators are usually fairly tricky, but with all of the tutorials that are available here in this game, it really shouldn't take you more than a few hours before you find yourself flying confidently. Lastly, I looked at value for money. In terms of value for money, Virtual Pilot 3D for me gets 4.5 stars. I've actually spent a lot longer playing Virtual Pilot 3D than I originally thought that I would. I picked it up just to try it because I had heard a lot of people talking about it online, and I really haven't expected to pour as many hours into it as I have. When you add the gameplay along with the bonuses and the add-ons that come with it, there really is a high level of replay value here, which is important. I'm pretty convinced that I've already got my money's worth, and I can't see myself stopping anytime soon, so I'll continue to get even more value for money as I go along. When it comes to giving an overall score, I think I would probably have to give Virtual Pilot 3D 4 out of 5 stars. On the whole, I've actually been really impressed with what I've gotten out of Virtual Pilot 3D so far. I did read mixed reviews online originally, but I'm definitely glad that I got a copy because it's pretty much satisfied all of the boxes that I was looking to check when I started looking for a new flight simulator. There really is something in here for both beginners and experienced flight sim fans, and I think that the fact that you don't need a supercomputer to run it is a nice change of pace when it comes to PC gaming. I suppose to sum it up, if you're looking to get a new flight simulator game, I think Virtual Pilot 3D is definitely worth considering. I'd recommend Virtual Pilot 3D to newcomers to the flight simulator scene, experienced flight simulator fans who are just looking for something new and fresh, and also to gamers who want some bang for their buck. To wrap things up, if you're on the fence about Virtual Pilot 3D, I can tell you that I've enjoyed my time with it so far, and I do think that the amount of value that you get out of it is well worth the price tag. Thanks for taking the time to sit with me through this video. I hope that it's given you the information that you were looking for. One last thing before I go though, if you do decide that you'd like to grab Virtual Pilot 3D, make sure that you try and get it when it's on sale. Occasionally the developers offer a discount on the VIP premium package, which is the one that I'm currently playing with, and you can save yourself up to $120+ if you pick it up when it's on sale. Most of the time I don't get too hung up on chasing discounts, but considering it's such a significant saving, it's definitely worth keeping an eye out for. I just took a quick look online, and at the time of actually recording this video, that big $120 discount is currently still active. Depending on when you're watching this though, it may have already expired. I've put a link just below this video, so if you click it, you'll be able to check and see if any discounts or promotions are currently available, and you might be able to save yourself some money. Thanks again, and I hope that this video has helped you find what you're looking for.